Would you like to start reconstructing virtual models yourself using photos or videos? Or do you need a few practical tips and tricks? Then you've come to the right place. Sometimes 3D reconstructions don't work as intended. The reason is often the selection of the wrong image section. For many application-oriented users of photogrammetry programs, such as Meshroom, Metashape, or Reality Capture, the process from the images to the textured virtual model is an unclear black box. Sometimes examples work, sometimes not. Was it the camera? The light? The recording strategy? This can often be very frustrating for a user. Let's take a look at two concrete examples. On the left, we see a plaster cast from Leipzig, and on the right, a chess piece in Dresden. Both were taken with a smartphone. Here we see the example of the plaster cast from Leipzig, which was recorded by students using smartphone videos during an excursion. From a 5-minute video, 1,492 individual images were selected by the program JKeyFramer. We see the result of the pose estimation in Reality Capture and the complex recording strategy that was used. This task was solved excellently using videogrammetry, as the result on the right shows. The textured model has nearly 4 million vertices. In this example, a chess piece was supposed to be captured. We can already see in the result that this example didn't work very well. Was the object not well suited? Was the camera used too poor? Was the software unable to process this image set properly, or did we simply have bad luck? There is one important point in the processing that you should know. In most photogrammetry programs, there is an upper limit for the features that are extracted per image and used for the later process. The others are lost. This means that only the strongest, best features are used in very structurally rich, sharp images. Sounds plausible at first, but let's see what happens. Let's take a look at what the result of the feature extraction looks like for the chess piece example. Here, for example, the Alice Vision Meshroom program was used. An upper limit of 20,000 features per image is set automatically. We can already see from the distribution of the points, shown here in yellow, that the background is very dominant. If we zoom into the area around the chess piece, we can see this even more drastically. The well-structured background steals a large number of the features. But how is the program supposed to know which object we see here and what should be reconstructed? The program sees the entire image area as potentially equally important. But let's try to refute the argument that the camera is too bad and cut out the image area around the chess piece. Now we feed this image into the program and obtain a different distribution of features. Again, 20,000 features were identified, but this time there are significantly more on the object and therefore potential points in the point cloud. We already know that when recording an object, it is always advisable to include the context around it so that the model is complete and as correct as possible. Furthermore, we need to make sure that we get closer to the object when taking more photos to give the feature extraction the opportunity to focus on what interests us. So, what does this mean for existing and future photo or video sessions? First, if you have the opportunity to choose the ground or background of the object yourself, then go for something single-colored without texture. Secondly, if you don't have the opportunity to decide, then slowly work your way from the outside towards the inside. Then you will have the context of the object and also the necessary density of features for a detailed model. If you already have recordings that you can't repeat, don't give up. You can try cutting out the object area first. If that's not enough, you can make it a little more complex and separate the object from the background. Nowadays, there are many tools that are excellent at this. I have used Microsoft Designer here. Well, are you ready to see if it was worth it? 20,000 features directly on the object. Let's briefly summarize once again. A greater distance helps to include the context, and this is important in the reconstruction process. Under certain circumstances, the background can steal features and make the actual object look very weak. It is therefore important to take photos at a shorter distance from the object so that the density of the features on the object is increased.